Hi, everybody. Angela here. I am here to help you get dressed every day, to get out of your leggings, to get out of your bathrobe in effortlessly everyday chic clothes that are anywhere from affordable to designer and everything in between. I want to show you what I found for this month, and it's nothing that's trendy, but everything that's on trend. Don't feel like you have to use this as something you have to buy. Use it as inspiration. I prefer that you shop in your own closet first. And then if you feel like you need something and you've fallen in love with something that you've seen, go ahead and click away. No big deal. All right, let me show you my finds for this month.
Deal. So it is spring, it is turning into summer. Thank God it's been a while, but we are there. And I want to show you in the first style board 7 things that I think are great for this coming season. And you may have all of this in your closet already. I hope you do. And if you don't, take a good look, find out how you can be inspired to find something great. And the first thing I'm going to start with is shorter dresses. And I don't mean a mini dress. I don't mean expose yourself like the young people do. I mean something that shows off your legs more than you're used to with these long little house on the prairie dresses. I can't take those anymore. I am over them. It's not that I won't show them. It's not that I don't think there are some that are really pretty if they're on the slimmer side. My thing is just that we need to get back to knee length or even a little shorter or just below the knee length. So I found a couple and I wanted to show you guys. The first one being this over here on the left, which I feel like is so Oscar-esque with a matching little blue shoe. It's gorgeous and I love the colors. And it's just about at the knee. So that could be appropriate for a wedding. You can always shorten something to the most flattering part of your legs. That's just the way it is. You know, we're not all six feet tall and 100 pounds that we're hangers where everything looks perfect on us. We're just not. So your tailor is your friend. And let's not forget that. Second one is a great shirt dress. Shirt dresses are so easy to wear, both of these, number 2 and number 3. Because they can be layered. They can go from the office to cocktails. There's just brunch, baby shower. There's so much you can do. So I want to make sure that you guys, have seen this in your own closet. And if you haven't, let's talk about how you can get your hands on a great shirt dress that's a little on the shorter side. When I say the shorter side, by the way, I want to make a really strong point that if your legs are not your best part, then go with the longer dress. I saw 2 ladies, probably in their 60s, over the weekend at a graduation, and I'm just saying this because it's a matter of fact, their legs were not their best feature. And you just want to tap them on the shoulder and be like, I think you'd be better in a midi dress. Of course, I'm not going to do that, but you focus on what your best feature is. So if you like your legs, and I know everyone gets worried about their knees, try a shorter dress. Just because we've been wearing too many long dresses for too long. All right, next, light wash jeans. I usually am recommending to people to wear a darker wash because they are more slimming. But in the summer, a really nice light wash is just such a, it's so springy, it feels so light, and it just goes with all the colors of summer and spring. So I would love for you guys to try a pair of straight leg or a longer flare, because if you put on a tiny little heel, or if they're ankle length and you wear a flat like this sandal, you can do either. But I think the focus is to get into the spirit of the warm weather, and because you're still wearing jeans, but put on a lighter color. Just pairing them with a cute cardigan and a really great top. The top I want to tuck into these jeans because they're a little more high-waisted, so keep that in mind. The next grouping would be linen. I love linen for this year. I mean, let's be honest, linen can be a pain. It doesn't always travel well, but right now there's so many washable linens that you can get, and I just think they look cool with a linen pair of pants, oversized jacket, tank top underneath. Making sure that that under layer is more fitted, and that's how you get that boxier look to still look slimming. The fourth thing I would love for you guys to keep in mind is that raffia, any kind of wickery, raffia feeling, textured items, they never really went out, but you're just seeing them everywhere. And I love the way you can do color. It doesn't always have to be beige. Now I happen to be showing a couple beige, but look at the green belt. That would look amazing over so many different dresses. Even with that shoe to kind of match, I love the way that looks. So to keep in mind that if you own Raffia, keep wearing it. If you don't, you can go to Target and find something. I'm telling you, they make it and it's everywhere. Um, Number 5, sets. Now, sets have been kind of in for the last few years. We all know that. But I just want to make sure that everyone understands they're awesome because they look great together, but you can also mix and match like crazy. So if you were to take this one of these little sets on vacation, you can put on a white jean or regular jeans with either of these tops, and with the skirt or the shorts you could put on a white button down, white t-shirt, white tank top. There's just so much you can do. So sets, if you see one that you like, pick it up. It might even be a blazer and shorts, which we talked about in March. So we're going to get to that next. Anyway, white shoes. Yes, you heard me. White shoes. Do not be scared by white shoes, even if they're kind of ivory. They're very cool for this year. I, generally speaking, wear a beige shoe. I do not wear black shoes, but I am going to wear white shoes this season. Yes, I am. And then, of course, the good old white button down. I mean, look, we all have one in our closet, even if you had to borrow one from your husband. I'm just showing you a couple of really kind of different ones. This one being gathered at the waist. I've showed you this one before with a higher waisted pair of pants. This one in the middle, casual, shorts over a bathing suit, anything. And I love those green shorts. And then this one over here, a little more on the dressy side, but still that look of a button down because you can open up here or you can keep it closed up, whichever neckline you prefer. So these are kind of my 7 that I'm showing for this year. A lot of people are going to do a lot of other things. These are the things that I recommend very highly. Next, activewear. I had a couple of requests for golf and tennis attire. And so this is all pretty basic. But the one thing I would say is that the companies that do SPF 50 are really great because then you don't feel like you really have to cover up because the SPF is going to help. I mean, Lily Pulitzer does a fantastic job. And then this one over here, some of these brands, this is Lola Sport. It's a more functional, like real golf line. They do some SPF, but I feel like being on the tennis court, the pickleball court, or the golf course, part of it is the outfit. I know it shouldn't be, but it is because you end up going out for cocktails afterwards or lunch or whatever with your friends. And so you want to have on a really cute outfit. And I just think there's so much out there now. So I'm talking Lola Sport. I'm talking Tory Burch, always retro inspired. And I just love everything she's doing. But some of this Lily stuff, you guys, I know it looks preppy, but you know what? Golf and tennis are preppy sports. I don't know. That's just my feeling. All right, styling shorts. Let's go over this. We want to be able to talk about balance here, and we've talked about this before. So if you're going to do, let's say, this longer yellow blazer, you can't tell from this picture, but these are maybe a shorter pair of shorts. If you're going to do a longer blazer, you need to do a shorter pair of shorts. If you do a shorter blazer, then you can wear a longer pair of shorts because you want to be offsetting how the top looks against the bottoms. All right. That's just something to keep in mind, whether you're wearing denim, shorts, or any kind of shorts. Fuller on the bottom, smaller on top, fuller on top, smaller on the bottom. That's the rule of thumb. This cute little set, this light blue, awesome. Again, you could wear these things with anything else. These are a higher waisted pair of shorts. And the key to shorts, as I said before, is finding the best length for you. So we're not all going to, not one pair of shorts is going to look great on everybody because where it hits me on my leg, I might hate. You might love it where it hits you on your leg. So it's all about trial and error. And that means you have to go shopping because I'm not with you in person. So I can't say to you, I think you should do an inseam of 5 inches or 9 inches, you know? So it's all a matter of giving it a try. And then just to keep in mind, like a really cute cardigan and a blazer kind of hanging open over the shorts. Awesome look with a more fitted top underneath. I love that. And then I picked a couple of fun denim shorts only because I've tried them all on. And if you like a shorter short, this one is really great. All of these are from Madewell. With this kind of more billowy top, roll up the sleeves, and that is just such a chic everyday look that you will look great in. Let me tell you, you could leave the shirt hanging out. You could also unbutton the shirt with a tank top underneath. So there's a lot you can do with this plain old outfit. Put on a belt, why not? Right here we have a pleated pair of denim shorts. Seems kind of like Mr. Rogers or like something that we're not going to love. But if you tuck something into them and you don't carry your weight in your stomach, these are really flattering. And you could even wear a little heel with them because they're a little bit longer, okay? This white pair, they don't look long here, but they are a little longer and appropriate, if that makes sense. And I just thought with a brown top, how cool is that? That's like, you know, a combination not everybody really thinks of. And I just love that combo. Here, this is like a classic Bermuda short, denim short, jorts, as they call them. In this case, they're going to be slim and longer, so something more billowy on top but tucked in, okay? Because you want your waist to look higher and not real low. All right, and then these are sort of a fancier pair of shorts down here that you could really dress up with a beautiful blouse like the one I showed you before, the button down, or just with a cute sweater and a sneaker. But this one is belted, higher waisted, which means you need to have something either tucked in or shorter. Okay, and then back to the look of sets. You know, they're just making so many shorts sets right now that I think it's really fun. And again, take this on vacation and you could make 3, 4, 5 outfits out of just this little set. So they are worth their weight in gold. Another pair of like light denim shorts, very wispy kind of, with just a little shirt hanging over. And we can do that because they're slim and they're short. And that's just a cute little kind of baby doll style tank top that's very flattering. So I love that look. All right, next. Girls' weekend. Anybody taking a girls' weekend? I mean, these are the things that if I needed to pack, I would look at this and say, oh yes, I need something to travel in. We are going to go to a yoga class. All right. I put up this really cute kind of raspberry colored set here because I thought it was really pretty. If you're self-conscious, you might want to just stick to black leggings. Okay. I did put in a longer brunch dress, very feminine, and very wispy with just a flat sandal, cardigan, beautiful little earring. So that's when I love that kind of a thing, is like a brunch, baby shower, you know, but just keep it on the slimmer side. That is what I would say. Doing a little shopping out on the town. These pink pants are supposed to be right there. And just like a cute little pair of pull-on pink pants, a great little button down, your sunnies, and a pair of flat sandals. And I love these. They have rickrack and they are kind of see-through in part of them. So I think they're very flattering because they're going to make your leg look longer. Next, let's see. Just hanging out. White denim shorts, a polo shirt, a sneaker. This is a belt bag that can go crossbody this way or that can go across your waist, which either, you know, you prefer. And then this was sort of my inspo, this girl right here, the model. Just so casual. If it's really, really hot, sure, maybe you don't want to be wearing the black, or maybe you don't want to be wearing a full-length pant, but just casual chic. Okay, next, a night out. This dress is on major sale. It's a halter style, polka dots. I love it with the white pump, but it's kind of a cool, sleek look. It's a really cool, it's not too high. It's kind of on the lower side with this little yellow bag for a pop of color. I think that is just so adorable. Very Jackie O with the round glasses. Love it. And then, of course, a beautiful ladylike skirt, knee length, with a nice white tank top. This is just a cute little Tory Burch yellow kind of zip wallet. And if you could see, there's a little flower. It looks like a little enamel flower on there. Absolutely adorable. With a bright green sandal. Get your color. by, just something that really pops and then pulling out the little colors inside with your accessories. Down here, of course, you're going to be lounging in your PJs and a robe and some flip-flops and your sleep mask. So that's for that. Pool day. Just remember, a one-piece bathing suit is great because it acts just like a bodysuit. You don't even need something over it. Maybe just a pair of shorts, a little skirt or skirt. For sure, you can do a cover-up, but in this case, it's the one piece with a little pair of shorts, and I love that with the little, Birkenstock-looking shoes, and then this great chow bag. If anyone's going to Europe, very fun. Casual night out. Longer dress for the casual sort of look with a really high heel. Because if you're wearing the really shorty dresses, you want to wear a lower heel. Probably at our age, we're not all wearing a huge platform with a tiny little shorter dress. Or maybe we are if you love your legs. I mean, it's up to you. But I just thought that was a very cool kind of casual night out look. And then a night out, the one shoulder, very, very flattering on most bodies. I love the way this looks with the green earrings and just a slide sandal and a clutch. Perfect. All right, next we have what to wear with Palazzo pants. This was a specific request, like printed Palazzo pants. How do you wear those? Okay, so they are voluminous on the bottom, and we all know this, right? They're a wider leg. They kind of flow when we walk. And so the key there is to, let's say you're not going to wear a sweater that comes down, to your hip bones. That is not going to be a flattering look. What you want to do is keep everything above the waist. So in this first one, this is just a white tank top. It's actually a bodysuit, which is very easy to wear in this case because it'll tuck in easier, with a long white cardigan that's going to go to your knees. So that's where you get the long, slim look, but you're fitted inside here. And I love that's such a classic, very flattering look. Or if you're going to put on a button down, tie it, because it's going to be hard to tuck in. Tie it. Leave it way open, kind of like this, with your tank top showing through. Awesome. This doesn't necessarily go with those pants. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. This denim shirt, but it's that same idea of getting the button-down look without it being too much material. They've kind of chopped it off and put on a little tie for you, so you don't have to do it, which is nice. Depending on how tall you are, either flat sandals or something with a kitten heel, absolutely perfect. Even a sneaker if you're tall enough. I found this really great hot pink tank with a square neck, which with a denim jacket over it, anything. It's just a really cool color, and it comes in probably 10 colors, and it's very affordable. So I thought that might be kind of nice. And if you don't like your arms, I get it, but just remember that nobody is looking at your arms. They are looking at their own arms, right? So don't be worried about it. There we are with the Raffia bag. And then in this case, you see what I mean? Shorter little cardigan, like just that comes to here, unbutton it a little, put on a necklace, awesome, or leave it hanging open with a white tank top or t-shirt. And then just a great white button down here, which we talked about before, a great light blue button down. If you're going to choose the blazer look, just remember your layers are properly proportioned, as we talked about before. And I love this color with these particular pants. I think it's really fun because it's so bright. Again, just kind of layering here. And so the takeaway is that you don't want to look like you've got this really long body. You don't want to look like you're going this way with too many layers going over. You want to be at your slimmest part, and you want to be layering. And if your slimmest part doesn't feel good because it's your middle, that's all right. You can still wear a very fitted top and then a layer over it, kind of like I'm doing right now. This is just hanging down. Okay, and then of course, cute little pink shoes and sandals and all sorts of great finds that have just come out that are new, which I thought you guys might like. And then as we head into the warm weather, talking about like the shorter dress, the thing is about, all these long dresses that we've been wearing all these last 5 years, I'd say 5 or 6 years, is that it can get hot. And in warmer weather, we want to be doing a little short skirt, if it feels good to you, a knee-length skirt, either one, or a pair of Bermuda shorts, as we talked about, and just kind of dressing it up however you feel comfortable. That might be long sleeves because you feel like you're showing too much leg, you want to cover up, that's fine. This little thing right here, if you're a tiny little petite flower, this pink dress, that's going to be great on you. It is a little shorter, but it's a really great color, and they do make it in other styles. Sometimes when you're wearing a shorty dress, if you have a bigger sleeve, it kind of, or a longer sleeve, it takes away from the shortness of the dress. So once again, wherever it hits you on your leg, go for it. You will be feeling cooler out in the hot weather. That we know. So, but just trying to find shift dresses or things with a little flutter sleeve that are bringing us into the season, and and keeping in mind that this is not, this is something, depends on how your nights are, I guess I should say. If you live in a place where there are cooler nights, like in some parts of California, you might want to always bring a sweater, and sometimes a flutter sleeve is harder to wear with a sweater or a jacket over it because it's hard to tuck into the layer. So you might just think of that as maybe you'd wear something more like this in the evening up here, this green one, that you could get a jacket over it. All right, and then of course lots of raffia, because that's, what's out there, but some really good ones. And if you don't already own a bag like that, I highly recommend. I did also put on one of these totes, the ones that fold up really small. They're very handy for travel, and not totally unaffordable. So that is the super warm weather outfit guide. And that's May. Okay. And for fun colors, okay, so as we come out of the winter months, I feel like everybody's kind of wearing browns and grays and beiges and navies and whites, and it just gets boring after a while. So the thing about summer is we're so excited to get dressed up, and color is such a great thing. Finding obviously the colors that look good on you. I stuck to some brighter colors with this particular board because I thought, more often than not, people look better in brighter colors than they do, let's say, in some very pale colors. But what I did was I sort of look at it this way. If you're going to wear sort of a plain colored dress, like let's say this white one or the pink, I'm going to just say the white one. You want to jazz it up with some color, and do that with your accessories, your shoes, your bag, your earrings, your necklace. Okay. And then when you are, wearing something that's got a little more pizzazz, this dress down here, you might go for a more subdued beige shoe, beige bag, or something that's just going to sort of blend in. But I love the way this one, for instance, we're kind of working off of these cute earrings with the yellow and the green and the longer short. Think that is so great. This color is not for everyone, but this style is really great. You could always find this in another color. Love, love, love this pink. Okay, this is a longer dress. It's a midi, but look at how narrow and slim it is, this pink one right in the middle. That's the goal. If you can handle it, if that's the shape of your body. If you feel like you need to be more covered up with something that's more full, A-okay, that wouldn't be the style for you. But I just love that to make us look like the hourglass, and that's what we're going for, right? So anyway, this pretty red one, I love the diagonal line on it, super flattering. We've also got these really casual linen-y pull-on pants, I thought, with a cute top that kind of comes in at the waist, which again, if you're leaving it hanging out, that's okay because you've pulled it in at the waist. So it's giving you shape. Love, love, love that. Kelly green shirt and hot pink. It's just a throwback to preppy days, isn't it? With just a regular pair of jeans. I just think it's so much fun. This I thought was really cool. The tank top on its own with the big flower, and then the skirt that kind of goes with a black wedge. I just think that looks really cool and slightly vacation-y. Along with that is this great phone case purse crossbody. I saw this on Tory Burch and I thought, that's really probably something I could use because you can put your credit cards and your driver's license in there. And if you are going to travel, this is a good one. And then lastly, we have this. This is very bright. You've probably seen some bloggers wearing this because it's been really popular. And if you love color, this dress is for you. You could also, again, go very, very beige on the accessories, or white sandals or beige sandals. But for the most part, this is all about color. So we're adding a lot of color. Anyhow, just the rule of thumb, if you want to wear something black, brown, gray, tan, white, get your color from somewhere else so that you can jazz it up and feel really like you're in the season. So those are my tips for the month of May. I'm so excited that I could share all that with you guys. I mean, this is what I'm doing. And honestly, I'm going through my closet and I'm kind of going off this guide just a little bit because I mean, I do this all the time, but I'm working out of my own. So these are the things I thought would be worth sharing with you today.
Okay, so I'm glad that you were here for May's little update on what we should be wearing and trends, not trendy, inspiration of things you can be wearing to make you feel like you're in the summer groove. And you can follow me on Instagram, which is always fun because I put a lot up there. It's just my name at Angela Howenstein. I have a website, angelahowenstein.com. And I also have an LTK, which is also at Angela Howenstein, which is where 99.9% of my content lives. And it's a great shopping app. So if you're not already familiar with it, or if you do not already have it, I highly recommend. Anyway, comment below if you have any questions, and I will be sure to get back to you. Thank you for being here to learn more about how you can look and feel so great without spending a gazillion dollars and wearing things that are updated, but that are effortlessly chic. All right, that's the goal. Thanks for being here.